Hey, hi. I still don't know how to open these videos. It's such a fun, brand spanking new, exciting space over here. Today, I asked my Instagram followers to submit some questions. I asked, what do you need advice from? Relationship advice, life advice? I consider myself incredible at giving advice. I don't really know why I think that, but I feel it deeply that I'm very good at giving advice. So here I am. First question. How do I look exactly like you? Just be really lucky, I guess. Why are men obsessed with me? Because I'm a MILF. Why? I'm sorry, did you answer your own question? Why are men obsessed with me? Because I'm a MILF. You seem like you're good, actually. You don't need my advice. Who are your favorite YouTubers? Oh my God, this is a great question. I have always been a big fan of YouTube, and I have YouTubers I've been watching for literally years. I want to be able to get all of them, and so if I forget any, I'm going to put them in the description below. Some of my favorite commentary YouTubers that I've been watching for a million years. Jarvis Johnson is at the top of the list. I love him. Honestly, I would love to collab with him sometime, so babes, all of you, let's manifest that. Unless Jarvis, you're watching. Hey, big fan. I also love the Sad Boys podcast. I think he does a really great job with Jordan Adika. I like Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez. Curtis Connor is also one of my favorites. I love Anna Marie Forcino, another fabulous commentary channel. She's so sweet. And Chad, also amazing, as well as Gabby Bell. We were gonna collab and then we didn't. And so I'm just gonna say that we still will. We will. We just have to reschedule it. Gabby, if you're watching, we're gonna do that. I really spend a lot of time watching video essays. So I love Philosophy Tube and Natalie Wynn. And what are my cats doing? I also really love CJ the X. If you guys have not watched those video essays, they're fantastic. They are so good. I love them. And I also love, oh my God, there are so many more that I'm not remembering. I'm going to list them down below. I'm a big fan of YouTube, and not just because I do YouTube. I have always loved YouTube since it started. Like, my favorite YouTubers when I was a teenager was Grace Helbig. I was a huge fan. Jenna Marbles, the Vlog Brothers. I was all about YouTube forever. What? Someone said, which is your favorite cat and why is it Pepper? That's not life advice. God. Okay, here's some. Hannah, I need relationship help. So basically for the past year, I've been working with this really sweet guy who I've had a crush on. We make each other handmade gifts, walk around the shopping center where we work, and he just gets me more than I get myself. We're kind of like the same person with the way we think and do things, but I might have ruined it yesterday. So last night I grew a pair of balls and asked him, do you see me as more than just a friend? He was a bit confused on what I meant, and I don't know why it's not a hard question. And he asked what I thought about him potentially liking me, and I confessed I like him a lot as friends, but also as possibly more, to which he agreed. I then told him that he is someone I would hate to lose as a friend or as more. He also agreed to that. And then, like the complete idiot, I changed the subject, making things awkward. Keep in mind, I did this as he was checking into a hotel for a super stressful competition he has this week. I feel like I ruined things by asking him how he felt. I've never confessed feelings I know. I have no idea where to go from here. Please send help, Hannah. Ah, babes, you're good. You're totally good. You're so good. Don't worry about it. You didn't ruin everything. He agreed with you. He was like, yeah, I do have feelings for you, and I would hate to lose you as a friend or more. He totally agreed with you. You're so good. Chill. Calm down. It's okay. The conversation will come up again. That's my advice. It'll be fine. Oh, this one's really hard. I think I might be bisexual, but my religious upbringing has me feeling guilty about that, and I catch myself trying to repress it sometimes. Any advice? I have a lot of experience in this regard because I grew up in a fundamentalist Christian religion. I grew up as a Mormon. And when I was 12, I Googled, because I was confused, am I a lesbian? Which is just so cute. It's so cute. Baby bye Hannah was like, what am I doing? And I left, that Google search being even more confused because I was like, well, no, I'm not a lesbian. I definitely know that I like men. And so then as I was a part of a high control religion, I determined that I was straight. I definitely was straight, but I was just a whore and a sinner. This is religious trauma. I know intimately what you're feeling, that like expectation and guilt and shame. Oh, it's so real. So first I want to say I'm very sorry that you're feeling that way. The other thing is you can't reconcile your identity and your sexuality if you believe that that part of who you are is a sin. You can't. So if you're in that position, my advice would be to take a look at your beliefs. Do your personal beliefs line up with the religion that you're currently in? Do they line up with any religion, another religion? And I think My cats are running all over the place. I think that our intuition, the core of who we are, knows. And so just by bringing up this question, I think that you know the answer. So instead of giving you too much advice or like exact things to do, I want to say, I feel for you. I love you. And you got this. What things have happened in your life since your life update video? I hope some goods have happened since then. You deserve all the happiness and good things in life. Thank you. You know, that life update video, guys, I wanted to make that. I really did. I really wanted to share that part of me. So much has happened in my life in the past 3 years since I have started YouTube. And I love what I do so much. And I want to continue to do this, but it requires vulnerability and knowing yourself, humility, understanding your capacity, your capabilities. It's a lot. And so I really wanted to share where I was at. And so I'm really glad I made that video. I'm also so glad that I left it monetized because I did not realize that I had left it monetized because I took out the mid-roll ads. And so I thought I had left it demonetized. I made money off of it. And I was so, thank you guys for that. If you have to go through trauma, at least you can make a little money off of it. So that was a nice little surprise. But good things have happened. You know, I made that video and it was sad. I talked about some really sad things, but I felt like I was on the up and up. I felt like I was at the beginning of like this new chapter in my life. And it's been really good. I haven't done a lot, like no big things have happened. And I'm glad. I'm making videos and I'm feeling creative and I'm working on a bunch of projects. And that is really making me happy. And I'm sleeping a lot. Taking care of my health. It's all good. I do. I still live in Utah, although I am really, really considering a move to New York City. I really want to get out of Utah. So we'll see. How do you remember to take your meds if you don't care enough about life to take them consistently? Oof, that's such a good question. I have an alarm on my phone and it goes off every single day at the same time and says, take your pills every day. And I do. I have to. I mean, the alarm is annoying because it's different than just like a reminder on your phone. The alarm will keep going. So sometimes I snooze it and then I take them 15 minutes later or whatever. But you really have to set up a system that's going to help you remember. And especially if like the meds that you are talking about taking are, or for whatever issue you're struggling with is causing like brain fog or executive dysfunction, you're not going to remember to take your pills. So do whatever you can. Write it on your bathroom mirror that you're going to take your pills. Set them out. I definitely recommend a pill organizer if you're taking like more than one med. Do whatever you can. We take our meds here at the Hannah Bales community. We love our meds. The Hannah Bales community. See, that almost sounded like the Hannah Bales Community Hospital, where the mentally ill can receive the care the care and love that they desperately, desperately need. Is your favorite food still mangoes? It is. I fucking love mangoes. Like a good ripe mango, guys. And crunchy grapes. That's my favorite food. And also dark chocolate. And also I will go like primal. Like I lose my mind over a good chicken quesadilla. And I shouldn't have gluten or dairy. So it's like a bad thing. So when I say I go feral, like I mean it. It's not good for me. It is a self-destructive choice, but it makes the list. It is one of my favorites. My anxiety has been super, super very bad lately, and it's been affecting my vocal confidence. Any tips? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My advice would be to, if you can, take a break from singing in front of other people, if that's a part of your daily life, and just sing for yourself. And when you're singing, really try to close your eyes and feel the vibrations in your body. I truly believe that singing is good for the soul. Like somatically, it's good for our bodies. We can create music with our bodies. Guys, it's so freaking cool. This is when I become a vocal nerd, but it's so cool. So really getting into like almost like a meditative state, that helps so much to relax all the muscles here and to, if you're feeling like the anxiety is giving you like a shaky voice, close your eyes, make it like a practice, a meditative practice that you do every day is just sing. Do you still do the social dance classes? I do. Guys, I think I might take you on a vlog sometime. I do West Coast swing dancing. See, it started out as one class a week, right? But if you know anything about me, I am an overachiever. So now I dance 5 hours a week. Is it more than that? Oh, I dance 7 hours a week. Because I was like, okay, well, this class is fun. Maybe I'll take a private lesson. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll take 2 private lessons a week and 2 classes a week and then go to these. And so I'm doing West Coast Swing. I am still so new to it, so new. And I love it, but it is such a challenge and it's all improv based. And that is so good for me. It forces me to stay present in the moment, in my body, respond to my partner. It is just the best. I love it. What is your go-to Starbucks drink? An iced oat milk, brown sugar, shaken espresso. I love it. I like femme girls, but I'm also femme. And most of the time people think that I'm straight or that I like masculine girls because I'm feminine. So what do I have to do so other girls maybe know that and they can ask me out? That's really tricky because I'm also very femme. So I'm definitely not going out and giving off that I like women. So I don't know exactly what to tell you. I really don't. I don't want you to change your appearance because if you love the way that you look and the way that you dress, that's important. Maybe you could add some things. Maybe you know what? We're going to revisit this topic. I'm going to ask my lesbian friends. What do you do? What is like the mating call for lesbians? Other than like in my mind was like a backwards cap and a shirt that says like, I fuck women or something like that. You know, my favorite kind of music to listen to. Okay, that is hard to say because I really like funky, like laid back, maybe it's considered R&B a little bit, a little jazzy. Something over there. Like if it has a nice groove, I love that. And I have really been liking finding songs that I love that I can also dance to. So I have a West Coast playlist on Spotify. I really like Couch. That's a band. I have to say like it is. I swear. I love Honey Butter. I love Ares Zoberi. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Alan Stone, Stephen Day. Yeah, I like things that are just like a little bit jazzy. Like if it makes me do the stink face when I'm listening to it and I'm like, that's what I like. But I also really, really love laid back, like indie music. I really like Lizzie McAlpine. She's my favorite singer probably of all time. What is your favorite dairy-free dessert? My favorite like flavor combination is mint chocolate. Like I love mint chocolate ice cream. And when I was in New York City visiting my sister recently, we went to Van Leeuwen's and they had the best dairy-free mint chip ice cream I've ever had in my entire life. It was so good. I'm going to think about that for the rest of my life. Add that to my list of pros on why I should move to Manhattan. It was that. It was so good. So there's this actor that's my age and I feel like I'm very attracted to him. Problem is he's famous and on the other side of the world. I've been DMing him, but obviously he hasn't read my messages. I know I probably can't do anything but accept the fact that he's never going to notice me, but any advice? So I believe that you're slipping into the parasocial relationship realm. Yeah, he's not going to notice you. He's not. And even if he did, a lot of famous people are like, I don't want to date a fan or someone in my DMs. So I would recommend going on Hinge and finding someone who looks just like him. Or if you squint, you can be like, okay, you know, Pedro Pascal from like this angle. I really hope it's not Pedro Pascal. Why don't you post about your relationships? We want to see you happy with someone. I don't post about my relationships because I'm polyamorous. I am non-monogamous. I've been polyamorous since I got divorced, since I split with my ex in the summer of 2021. And for a while, I didn't know if it was something that I was going to like do for the rest of my life. So I didn't want to talk about it. And then I got more popular on the internet and I realized if I did start talking about it, people have really big feelings about people being polyamorous. And I don't think that I'm up to receiving that type of scrutiny. So I don't talk about it. But if there was someone that I was in a long-term, like committed relationship with, I would tell you guys about it. I don't know, maybe one day if I get the courage, I will talk about it. As a lesbian, I'm just wondering how to meet a girl at this point. God, I don't know. On a dating app? That's the only way that I meet people. How are you supposed to meet people otherwise than on a dating app? In the real world? No. Who took care of Violet when you were sick with strep, RSV, and COVID and during your depression? An interesting question that I would pose to you. Who do you think took care of my daughter while I was sick? Just think about it. Think about it for just a second. Did you say her dad? Ding, 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 ding. You're right. Her father. She has another parent. She was very well taken care of. Thank you. Will you please do more TikTok lives or do YouTube or Instagram live? I really, really want to. I actually have everything set up to start streaming. I really want to do that. I really want to start streaming on Twitch. So we'll see. I have a couple things on my list that I need to get done before I start streaming, or my business manager will be like, please, no more projects. But it'll happen. How do you get yourself out of a depressive state? I've been really struggling with that lately. And how do you deal with that anxiety of when or if you end up in that state again? Oh, that is a very unique experience of getting out of depression and then like fear that it's going to happen again. Honestly, one of the best things that I can recommend is recognizing the difference between yourself and your thoughts. There was a TikTok I just saw about this. My feelings are here to tell me what I need. They're not here to tell me who I am. I loved that. The problem is we get such dark thoughts when we are depressed that they become us. And it's really important to remember there's a book called The Untethered Soul that is kind of about spiritual awakening, but it just poses the question, who is the one who observes? Who is in your mind just watching? We have someone in there right? I always think it's in the back of my head. You can call it your core, your true self, your higher self, your spirit, your soul, whatever. But that concept has been very helpful for me in recognizing that the only thing that we have is right now. The past, our memories, the future is our imagination. All we have in this moment is right now. And when it really hurts to like be in that moment because we're depressed, taking a minute to separate from in this very moment, this is really painful. I'm having these thoughts. My brain is giving me these thoughts, but they're not true. They're just words, but it's going to get better because every depressive episode ends. You've gotten through all of them before. You're going to get through this one too. So that has helped a lot. Hello, Pepper. You know, Pepper is great, okay? I can't say she's my favorite. Anyway, the other thing is learn how to feel your feelings. Before I knew how to feel my feelings, I was so avoidant, really doing toxic coping skills, self-sabotaging behaviors. And the only way to get out is through your feelings. Let them process through you. It sucks. It's not easy. It's very hard. Oh my God. I was 29 when I realized that I had never felt my feelings all the way ever. I've never like wished that on anyone, but I also really, really think that everyone needs to learn how to feel their feelings. And a lot of us, we just don't know how. I'm really struggling to come to terms with my last breakup. She and I ended very suddenly and I took it hard and we really didn't talk at all after. I recently reached out to see if we could talk about it, not because I want her back, but just because I really want closure. And she said she would respond later because she wanted to give me a real and genuine answer. It's been a couple weeks and still nothing. Ouch. I'm trying to move on in another relationship, but I still have dreams about the old one and I feel bad energy surrounding it. I don't think there's anything else I can do more than I have, but I'm not sure how to heal from this without that discussion about why things went wrong and why so out of nowhere. Any thoughts? I'm so sorry. It's really painful. It's really painful not to have answers, and it is really painful to not get a say, to have someone kind of end things and you don't get to say your piece. So I'm really sorry about that. I would really recommend not reaching out to her again. I think that's for the best. I think that it's clear that she doesn't want to answer. And there could be a million reasons why she doesn't want to answer. Like, we don't need to speculate on why she doesn't, but she is going through her own thing and you're not going to get the closure from her as much as you want to. So the hard advice that I have is take care of yourself and really grieve. Like, really accept that that relationship is not coming back. And that's so painful. I know this. It is so painful, but you've got to let yourself grieve. And if you feel like with this new relationship, you need time to heal before jumping into another relationship, go for it. If you feel like this is good for you, connect with that partner and tell them exactly what you're feeling. We all understand still being kind of stuck on our ex. We all get that and being in pain from a breakup. So just be totally honest and take care of yourself. I'm so sorry. What's new with the Vocal Collective? Okay, guys, I launched the Vocal Collective last year, right as I was like going into the darkest depression of my life. So I haven't really given it as much attention as I want to. Right now, over on the Vocal Collective, you can like book with teachers that I contract over there, but we have big plans. Like, I am working on 2 new courses, creating content and like online, like learning content with the other teachers, masterclasses. There's a lot of exciting things in the works. So that's one of the big projects that I'm working on right now. What is the origin story of calling your fans the Hannah Hive? Well, I just wanted to have a name for my audience. I think maybe this is when I had like 200 or 300,000 subscribers. I was like, it's time. I want to have like a name for my audience, like Curtis Connor. It's Curtis Town, and I love that. And some people suggested like Hannah Bees, because Hannah Bales, and that, and then I'm the Queen Bee, which I was like, I do love that. And then the Hannah Hive just made sense. And it's very fun because my maiden name is Hyde. So Hannah Hive, it just works. I love it. How do I start making videos? I feel dumb talking to a camera. Yeah, it is really dumb that all I do is talk to a camera. Except that it's dumb, except that it's like really weird. I don't know if you guys know like this very unique experience of talking to the camera. I'm having a great time. I'm laughing, I'm making jokes. Like, we are having a great time. I'm genuinely enjoying myself. And then I'm like, okay, bye. Turn off the camera, dead silence. I am all alone in my home. Now with my cats. But before I had my cats, I was all alone. It's very weird. It's weird. Our career is weird, except that you're gonna feel dumb. It is very strange to talk to a camera just by yourself. That's weird. But also no, experts or the successful, whatever you want to call, we all feel weird. That's just kind of the way that it is. So what is that little squeak of a meow? Look at this. Look at this piece of raw chicken. Oh my gosh, Pearl. Thank you for letting me manhandle you. Biggest turn-ons and turn-offs. All right, relationship turn-ons and turn-offs. You don't get to hear about the spicy ones. Who knows? Maybe on this channel you do. Biggest turn-off is when someone, I don't know if I can like rank it, okay? That always gives me too much pressure to like rank something. Like that's the number one. I have to think about it. I have to research, prepare for this moment. One of my biggest turn-offs is when someone doesn't like accept that I'm just a direct communicator. I hate passive aggressive communication. I hate it. And I'm always going to just be very honest with how I'm feeling, what I want, what's going on with me. And when people have been so used to passive aggression that they're like looking into my words and trying to find the hidden meaning, that drives me crazy. That drives me crazy. Like, eye twitching crazy. I hate it. When people are like emotionally intelligent and actively pursuing their personal growth when it comes to emotional, mental health, spirituality, having that mindset as well as like in their career, if they have like dreams. I just love someone who's driven. Also someone who's funny. Like really funny. I can't be the funniest in the relationship. Well, I can. I always will be. But you've got to be like second funny. You have to be funny a little bit. Do you have any tips on going about having a slightly difficult conversation about needs in a relationship? That's a really good question. Understand first that conversations about needs usually get us triggered. Wounds that we have from our past that are in various states of healing will get poked. Recognize that. It's really good to know what your partner's wounds are and what your personal wounds are. So if your partner has a wound of like inadequacy, or they have been like felt deeply criticized in their life, maybe as a child, then coming to them and saying, hey, it really bothered me when you did this, just kind of point blank, that can be really painful for that person sometimes because what they feel is like defensive and they want to run away or they want to fight back and be like aggressive and be like, that's not what I meant, and get really, really defensive about their behavior. That would be the first thing, is recognize those. And just ask yourself, do you know what those are? That might be the best conversation to have first, is talking about like, what would you consider like your wounds are? Do you have a wound of not getting paid attention to in a relationship? Like that's important. If you feel neglected, or a fear of rejection, or a fear of abandonment, there's a lot of them and we've all got them. We've all got our own baggage. So you should know that. And then also before that conversation, having a little bit of a disclaimer that like, I love you. I care about this relationship. That is never going to change. I want our relationship to get even better. I want us to continue to evolve. Start there and then say, this conversation is about how we can be better and how I can make your life easier and how you can make my life easier. That's the benefit of a relationship, right? Okay, this is actually the perfect question to end on. What are the best and worst things about your kitties? What do they do that drive you crazy? What do they do that you love? Actually, you know who would be a great person to answer that question? My editor, because Tyler sees everything that my cats do and how I have to like go run after them. Pepper, what are you doing in there? Hey, get out of there. Get off. I, first of all, love my kitty so much. It was very hard. It was very hard at the beginning. Physically, with my allergies, that was really hard. I think I might make a whole video about my cats, actually. But it was also really hard to have kittens around and be like, why did I adopt like 2 toddlers? Like, what was I thinking? Like, feeling like a lot of regret? Because I didn't know them. They were just like little tiny strangers, like jumping on my shit and breaking things. So I was like, oh my God, I've made a horrible mistake. But I love how snuggly they are. They're Sphynx cats, so they don't have fur. They get cold a lot. So they love cuddling. And they're also just really, really lovey, especially Pearl. She's so lovey. Like if she wants your attention. Pepper is a little bit more, speaking of Pepper, there she is. Hey, you better not be messing with my plants right now. Pepper is wearing a sweater right now. Most of the time they do wear a sweater. Anyway, the things they do that make me crazy are using when I set up my filming equipment as like a sign to go crazy. That is pretty annoying. But they're so lovey and affectionate and they love each other. They sleep on top of each other. And I got them this little cat condo that has like all these different soft hammocks and little rooms and things that they can sleep in. And they sleep on top of each other in this little hammock. The cat that's on the bottom just like hangs out of it. It's really cute. Okay, guys, I wish that I could answer all of these questions, but this video is already long enough. Let me know if you want to see another one of these. This is really fun. I like talking about myself, but giving you guys life advice is very fun. And, oh, there's a cutie. Oh, yeah. You're looking at me. Do you hear a purr? Anyway, see you later. Don't get mad at me if my life advice doesn't work. Bye.